Hi, this is Rachel Israel with STEM News and Global World Report. We have breaking news that will have a huge impact on the global scene in the very near future. Let's take a look at what's going on around the world.
Lunar landings were more than likely fabricated, faked.
I affirm that we didn't go to the moon, and I would bet my life on it.
We did not land men on the moon.
Apollo 11 gave the world a historic front-row seat to mankind's first steps on the moon, as Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin etched their names into history. But despite this monumental achievement, NASA's plans to return to the lunar surface remained on hold. From budget cuts to shifting priorities, the journey back was never fully realized. What caused NASA to leave the moon behind after such a groundbreaking mission? And now Elon Musk has stated, "I will show you why NASA has never returned to the moon."
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another deep dive into one of the most intriguing conspiracies of our time. Today, I'm tackling the big question. Was the moon landing a giant hoax? Alright, let's set the stage. It's 1969. The world is buzzing with excitement. The United States and the Soviet Union are neck and neck in the space race, each vying to prove their technological dominance. And then on July 20th, millions of people watch as Neil Armstrong takes that iconic first step on the moon. But almost immediately, whispers of doubt begin to circulate. Could it all have been an elaborate trick? First, let's talk about the infamous footage itself. Skeptics point out anomalies like the fluttering flag. How could it wave without an atmosphere? NASA explains it was due to a horizontal rod that held the flag out, and the motion was caused by the astronauts planting it into the lunar surface. But not everyone buys that explanation. Then there's the issue of the shadows. Some claim that the shadows in the moon landing photos are inconsistent with a single light source, like the sun. They suggest multiple studio lights as the culprit. But here's the counter-argument. The uneven terrain and the reflective properties of the lunar surface could cause such effects. Still, it leaves room for doubt. Now let's fast forward to modern times. Elon Musk and other pioneers are pushing the boundaries of space travel. We've seen reusable rockets, plans for Mars colonization, and even private companies sending payloads to the International Space Station. The technology is mind-blowing. But if a moon landing was faked in the 60s, could we be duped again today? There's also the question of motivation. Why would the US fake a moon landing? The argument here is intense. During the Cold War, the stakes were incredibly high. Winning the space race was not just about prestige, but a demonstration of political and technological superiority. But would they really go to such lengths? And let's not forget the army of scientists, engineers, and experts involved in the Apollo missions. For the moon landing to be a hoax, thousands of people would need to keep it a secret for decades. Is that even possible? So, where does that leave us? The evidence is hotly debated and opinions are divided. What's clear is that the moon landing remains one of humanity's greatest achievements. Whether you believe it happened as reported or not, is the truth out there? I encourage you to do your own research, question everything, and stay curious. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the mysteries of our world. Until next time, keep looking up.
Join me as I dive deep into the conspiracy and challenge myself to uncover the truth. Is the moon landing really a giant hoax? The moon landing, one of humanity's greatest achievements, a feat that marked a major milestone in space exploration. But despite the overwhelming evidence, conspiracy theories have persisted, claiming that the whole thing was staged, that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin never actually set foot on the moon. One of the most popular conspiracy theories surrounding the moon landing is the lack of stars in the photos taken by the astronauts. Conspiracy theorists argue that if the photos were taken on the moon's surface, they should have captured the vast starry sky of space. But, they claim, the lack of stars in these photos is proof that the pictures were taken in a studio, rather than on the moon. Another argument made by moon landing conspiracy theorists is the waving of the American flag planted on the moon's surface. They claim that since there is no wind on the moon, the flag should not be waving. They argue that the only explanation for the flag's movement is that it was filmed in a studio, where air currents or even stagehands could have caused the flag to wave. Conspiracy theorists also point to the apparent lack of blast crater under the lunar module, claiming that the module's engine should have created a massive crater upon landing. They argue that the absence of a crater is evidence that the lunar module never actually landed on the moon. As we delve deeper into the conspiracy, it's clear that these theories are rooted in misconceptions about the science behind the moon landing. But before we get into debunking these claims, let's take a step back and look at the historical context of the moon landing. The Apollo 11 mission was a culmination of years of research, development, and testing by thousands of scientists and engineers. The technology used in the mission was cutting-edge, with the Saturn V rocket being the most powerful rocket ever built at the time. The scientific evidence supporting the moon landing's authenticity is extensive, from the moon rocks brought back by the astronauts to the laser-ranging reflectors left on the moon's surface. The expert opinions from astronauts, scientists, and engineers involved in the mission are unanimous: the moon landing was real. They recount the meticulous planning, the rigorous training, and the incredible achievement of actually landing on the moon. But what about the lack of stars in the photos? Well, it turns out that the cameras used by the astronauts were set to capture images of the bright lunar surface, not the faint stars in the sky. The cameras were adjusted to compensate for the bright sunlight on the moon, which is why the stars were not visible. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence that debunks the conspiracy theories is the testimony of the astronauts themselves. Buzz Aldrin has spoken extensively about his experience on the moon, describing the stark beauty of the lunar landscape and the sense of wonder he felt as he stepped onto the moon's surface. Apollo 11 astronaut Michael Collins, who remained in orbit around the moon while Armstrong and Aldrin descended to the surface, has also spoken about the mission. He recalls the excitement and tension as they worked to navigate the lunar module to the moon's surface. In an interview, Collins recounted the moment when he re-established contact with Armstrong and Aldrin after they completed their moonwalk. He described the relief and elation they all felt, knowing that the mission had been a success. The moon landing was a real event, and the evidence supporting its authenticity is overwhelming. It's a testament to human ingenuity, determination, and exploration. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the moon landing in the comments below. Do you believe the conspiracy theories, or do you think the moon landing was real? Let me know, and don't forget to check out my other videos on conspiracy theories and debunking myths.
Recently, Elon Musk has revealed why NASA has never returned to the moon in the last 50 years. Elon Musk's space infatuation. Elon Musk's deep infatuation with space has been clear for years, and his unwavering focus on Mars has captivated both the tech and space communities.
That's what we want.
Hey folks, welcome back. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating topics in human history, the Apollo moon missions. And we're going to get some exclusive insights from none other than Elon Musk, the brain behind SpaceX and Tesla. Now, the Apollo missions, launched by NASA between 1961 and 1972, were nothing short of groundbreaking. They put humans on the moon for the first time. But what most people don't realize is just how many challenges they faced to make it happen. And who better to break it down than Elon Musk, a man who's redefining space travel in the 21st century. So, what were the big hurdles? Well, first off, building a rocket that could safely carry humans to the moon and back was a colossal task. The technology was primitive compared to what we have today. Imagine trying to fly a plane with the hardware of a toaster. Elon points out that the sheer amount of thrust needed to break free from Earth's gravity was mind-boggling. The Saturn V rocket, which carried the Apollo missions, was the most powerful rocket ever built. Even now, over 50 years later, replicating its success is no small feat. Another major challenge? Navigation. Back then, computers were enormous and had less processing power than your smartphone. The Apollo guidance computer was revolutionary, but it was still incredibly basic. Imagine trying to land on the moon with just a glorified calculator. Elon also highlights the human element. Astronauts had to endure extreme conditions, from zero gravity to intense radiation. They trained rigorously, but the psychological and physical toll was immense. And let's not forget the risk. Every mission could have been the last. Fast forward to today, and we're in a new era of space exploration, thanks in large part to Musk's SpaceX. The Falcon Heavy and the Starship projects are pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Reusable rockets, for instance, are a game changer, making space travel more affordable and sustainable. But Elon doesn't sugarcoat it. He admits that we're still facing huge obstacles. Radiation protection, life support systems, and the sheer distance to Mars are all massive challenges. Yet, he remains optimistic. His philosophy? If something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. So, what's next? With plans for a lunar base and manned missions to Mars, the future of space exploration looks incredibly exciting. And with visionaries like Elon Musk leading the charge, who knows how far we'll go? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating insights into the world of science and technology. Until next time, stay curious.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to land on the moon and what challenges NASA faces along the way? In the midst of historic achievements, NASA's Apollo moon mission faced a monumental failure that left the world stunned. And guess who has some valuable insights on what went wrong? The visionary entrepreneur, Elon Musk. Today, we're going to dive into the challenges NASA faced during their moon mission and explore Elon Musk's perspective on what went wrong and how SpaceX differs in approach. NASA's moon mission was an ambitious project that aimed to land humans on the lunar surface. However, the mission was plagued by a multitude of challenges, ranging from technological setbacks to budget constraints. One of the major hurdles was the development of the Saturn V rocket, which was instrumental in propelling the spacecraft towards the moon. Despite being a technological marvel, the rocket's development was hindered by frequent delays and cost overruns. Moreover, the Apollo spacecraft itself was a complex system that required the integration of numerous components, which added to the project's complexity. Another significant challenge was the availability of funds, which were dwindling rapidly. The Vietnam War was draining the U.S. economy, and the NASA budget was being squeezed to allocate more resources to the war effort. As a result, the Apollo program was forced to operate on a shoestring budget, which limited its ability to invest in cutting-edge technology. Besides, the Apollo program was also struggling to find skilled personnel, as many experts were being lured away by the private sector. Furthermore, the Apollo program was also hampered by the lack of a clear mission objective. The project's scope kept changing, which added to the confusion and uncertainty among the team members. This ambiguity led to a lack of focus, which ultimately affected the project's overall performance. Additionally, the Apollo program was also saddled with cumbersome bureaucratic processes, which slowed down decision-making and hindered progress. In addition to these challenges, the Apollo program was also confronted with the daunting task of developing a reliable lunar module. The lunar module was a critical component that would allow astronauts to descend onto the moon's surface, but its development was plagued by numerous technical issues. The module's descent engine was particularly troublesome, as it was prone to overheating and oscillations. These technical challenges pushed the mission's timeline, adding to the overall uncertainty surrounding the project. Delving deeper into the details of the mission, we find that the technology involved was nothing short of remarkable. The Apollo spacecraft was a testament to human innovation, featuring advanced life support systems, sophisticated navigation, and cutting-edge communication. However, as Elon Musk points out, the approach adopted by NASA was fundamentally flawed. According to Musk, NASA's failure to adopt an iterative design approach led to a lack of adaptability, making it difficult to incorporate changes and improvements. Musk also highlights the importance of vertical integration, which allows companies like SpaceX to develop and manufacture components in-house. This approach enables SpaceX to respond quickly to technical challenges and make necessary changes on the fly. In contrast, NASA's approach relied heavily on outsourcing, which added to the project's complexity and slowed down progress. The timeline of events is also worth examining, as it provides valuable insights into the mission's challenges. The Apollo program was initially scheduled to land on the moon by the end of the 1960s, but the project's timeline kept slipping due to the numerous technical challenges. As the project's deadline drew closer, the pressure to deliver intensified, which further added to the mission's complexity. Elon Musk's perspective on the Apollo mission's failure is particularly insightful, as he emphasizes the importance of learning from failure. According to Musk, the Apollo mission's failure was a valuable lesson in the importance of adaptability and innovation. Musk believes that SpaceX's approach to space exploration is fundamentally different from NASA's, as it prioritizes speed, innovation, and adaptability. One of the most pivotal moments in the Apollo mission was when it was officially declared a failure. The news sent shockwaves around the world, and the sense of disappointment was palpable. Elon Musk's reaction to the failure was particularly noteworthy, as he emphasized the importance of learning from failure and using it as an opportunity to improve. In retrospect, the Apollo mission's failure was a blessing in disguise, as it paved the way for new approaches to space exploration. As Musk points out, the failure highlighted the importance of innovation, adaptability, and speed in space exploration. The lessons learned from the Apollo mission have been invaluable in shaping SpaceX's approach to space travel. In conclusion, the Apollo moon mission's failure was a complex phenomenon that was influenced by a multitude of factors. By examining the challenges faced by NASA and Elon Musk's insights on what went wrong, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of space exploration. What are your thoughts on the moon mission and its challenges? Share your insights in the comments below, and be sure to check out our next video on SpaceX's plans for Mars.
Well, that's the news for tonight. Thank you so much for continually supporting our content. If you did enjoy this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and share this with your friends and family. I'm sure they would find it interesting as well. We're very excited to continue this journey with you. We thank you all for bringing certain stories to our attention, and for continually keeping us updated with certain events around the world.